transaction. So sometimes it's going to be that, once it's immediately.
Recording in progress. Recording stopped.
Lizzo, Dimsani, can any of you hear me?
We can hear you.
Okay. So I don't want to switch off the video because if I switch it off, I'm going to actually log in again. But then, what time is it now? Okay. It's I was saying that please don't close the video because if you close it, then I'm going to have to log in again. You see now, I can't open it again.
Final week, so it's just replacing campaign orders. They're moving the team to finish a part.
Can I ask the host not to close the video if it's possible?
We haven't been closing the video.
Okay.
The number of the World Cup winner was recognized at a bullet ceremony in Paris in 18
Good morning, Honorable Chairperson.
Honorable Dango, how are you?
Well, and you, Comrade Ambi.
Okay. How is the weather?
Hello?
Morning. Yes.
3 minutes now.
Are you really gonna vote?
Yeah, just like, it looks like they were not AGS. I would expect like an hour. So that's why it took time to get that thing set up.
What time? Okay.
It's like 2 minutes.
Chair, if you are ready, we are ready.
Yes, thank you very much, Advocate.
Recording in progress.
No, thank you very much, Advocate, and morning and greetings to everyone. Allow me, honorable members, to bow to my right and to my left. And having done so, I now request delegates to observe a moment of silence for prayer or meditation. Thank you very much. Honorable delegates, before we proceed, I would like to remind delegates of the rules related to virtual and hybrid meetings and sittings, in particular, sub rules 21, 22, 23 of Rule 103, which provides as follows: that the virtual sitting constitutes a sitting of the National Council of Provinces, that delegates in the sitting enjoy the same powers and privileges that apply in a sitting of the National Council of Provinces, that for purposes of the quorum, all delegates who are logged on to the virtual platform shall be considered present, that delegates must switch on their videos if they want to speak, that delegates should ensure that the microphones on their gadgets are muted and must always remain muted. That all delegates may participate in the discussions through the chat room. In addition, I would like to remind delegates that the interpretation facility is active. Permanent delegates, members of the executive, special delegates, and SALGA representatives on the virtual platform are requested to ensure that the interpretation facility on the electronic devices are properly activated to facilitate access to the interpretation services. Having done so, honorable members, I've been informed that there are no notices of motion or motions without notice. And what that does is take us to the next step, and that's the first order, consideration of the Basic Education Laws Amendment Bill, B2D-2022, National Assembly, Section 76, and report of Select Committee on Education and Technology, Sports, Arts, and Culture thereon, announcement tablings and committee reports, 9 May 2024, page 26. We will now follow the speakers list, and I call on Honorable E.M. Chabelin, Chairperson of the Select Committee on Education and Technology, Sports, Arts, and Culture, to present the committee report. Honorable Chabelin.
A good morning to you, Chairperson, and a good morning to the honorable members and our guests, the Department of Basic Education. A very good morning to all of you. The Basic Education Laws Amendment Bill, B2B-222, proposes to amend the South African Schools Act 1996, that's Act number 84 of 1996, and the Employment of Educators Act 1998, which is Act number 76 of 1998, referred to as the SASA and the EEA respectively. First, to align them with developments in the education landscape. This is to ensure that systems of learning and excellence in education are put in place in a manner which respects, protects, promotes, and fulfills the right to basic education as enshrined in Section 29, subsection 1 of the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa, 1996. Certain technical and substantive adjustments are also made to the SASA and the EEA. This is to clarify certain existing provisions and to insert certain provisions to cover matters which are not provided for in the existing legislation. Honorable Chairperson, the Department of Basic Education gave briefing on the BELA Bill, a Section 76 bill, to the Select Committee on Education and Technology, Sports, Arts, and Culture on the 8th of November 2023, followed by the committee referring the bill to the different provinces and also calling for written submission. The bill contained over 50 clauses which had to be considered for possible amendment. The BELA Bill is among the most highly contested bills since the dawn of democracy, which saw over 40,000 written submissions to the Select Committee on Education, Technology, Sports, and Culture alone during the NCOP public participation processes. Some of the highly contested areas contained within the bill included the provision that allows the head of department within the Department of Education to intervene in the determination of school admission as well as language policy. Given the history of South Africa's apartheid policy, Chairperson, of separated development, including separation in terms of education, which was classified according to race, The amendments in these two provisions on admission and language policy will see a major breakthrough in ensuring that children are not denied access to education in their areas of residence on the basis of their home language. The Constitution of the Republic continues to protect the rights of children to be taught in their language of choice, and amendments of Clause 5 of language policy will definitely enhance this right and not diminish it, as some have stated. The continuation of the status quo continues the policy of separate development, whereby schools hampering the true social cohesion on those who have had, on those who have, and those who have not. Honorable Chairperson, research has shown that most important areas in the education of a child is during their foundation phase. And Clause 2 of the bill supports the compulsory attendance of grade R within schools, and this was widely welcomed by the public, as this clause will ensure that children will read for understanding from a young age. The bill also seeks to formalize home education to ensure that all learners that are doing home education receive adequate quality education of the highest possible standards and being taught by qualified home educators. The BELA Bill goes a long way in ensuring that no child will be left behind in terms of access to quality education. Hence, the SASSA Act requires constant alignment to the changing needs and dynamics of society. The children of today do not have to go through the same challenges that their parents and grandparents had gone through, especially in the year where South Africa celebrates 30 years of democracy. Upon the conclusion of the submission of negotiating mandates from provinces, the committee deliberated on the bill clause by clause with the Parliamentary Legal Services assisting on the process and the Department of Education still filtering and answering to raise concerns. There were certain amendments that were agreed to as per the input by the public, and the amendments that the committee deliberated on and adopted were actioned by the Parliamentary Legal Services. On the 24th of April, the Parliamentary Legal Advisor took the committee through the list of amendments that were agreed to during the clause by clause deliberation stage on the bill. A total of 8 out of 9 provinces supported the amendments as contained in the C list amendment. On the 2nd of May 2024, the Select Committee on Education, Technology, Sports, Arts and Culture considered the final mandates from the 9 provinces, whereby 8 of the 9 provinces voted in favor of the BELA Bill B2D 2022 as amended. This reflects a strong commitment by provinces to ensure that education sector is transformed and speaks to the realization to the future of the prosperous South Africa that we would like to see. Therefore, the Select Committee on Education and Technology, Sports, Arts and Culture, having deliberated and considered the subject of the Basic Education Laws Amendment Bill B2D 2022, referred to as a Section 76 bill, reports that it has agreed to the bill as amended, and we call on the House to fully support this bill. I thank you, Honorable Chairperson. I so move.
Yes, thank you very much, Honorable Nchabele. Honorable delegates, I now put the question. The question is that the BELA Bill be agreed to. Before we proceed to voting, I shall allow provinces the opportunity to make their declarations of vote in terms of Rule 86, if they so wish. And just as a reminder to delegates, maximum time allocated for a declaration is 3 minutes. Any province wishing to make a declaration?
Yes, Chair. The Western
Yes,
Cape.
please proceed.
Can I continue?
Please proceed.
Thank you, Chair. Honorable Chair, today the Western Cape expresses our unequivocal opposition to the Basic Education Laws Amendment Bill. Based on our public participation process, the Western Cape has to put its people and South Africans at large, first by condemning this legislation for its far-reaching implications on the rights of parents, educators and learners, as well as its projected multi-billion rand fiscal impact. The Western Cape rejects this bill because of its undue centralization of power that strips parents of their rightful authority over their children's education. The bill's failure to address pressing issues such as overcrowding, curriculum deficiencies, and the provision of safe, adequate education facilities make it a destructive and undemocratic piece of legislation. BELA risks costing the taxpayer nearly 18 billion rand without including uncosted expenses. As we stand in opposition to this bill, we remain resolute in our dedication to advocating for an education system that upholds local autonomy, safeguards parents' choice, and ensures quality and equitable access for all learners. The Western Cape remains committed to pursuing education reform that genuinely empowers schools and communities, fostering quality education for all South Africans. Our role here is to uphold the interest and will of the people we represent. The Western Cape and its residents have voiced their clear rejection of this bill, and it is our duty to heed their call. We urge you to consider these grave concerns seriously. Let us not pass a bill that undermines the very foundation of our education system and the voices of those who stand to be most affected. Together we can uphold the principles of democracy, respect for local governance, and the well-being of our learners. I thank you.
Thank you very much. We now proceed to Honorable Ndongeni. Honorable Ndongeni.
Thank you, Chair. Morning. The ANC support the progressive milestone of the adoption of the report of the legislation process of the Basic Education Laws Amendment Bill, which seeks to enhance the organizational efficiency of the basic education system to improve school governance, leadership, and accountability, transforming education services and protecting vulnerable groups to ensure learner well-being and access to learning. We welcome the inputs by members of the public in the provincial public hearing, the written submission and oral presentation by various education stakeholders. The Select Committee has adopted amendment to comply with legal aspects of the Criminal Procedure Act on aspects of imprisonment of those who inhibited learners from schooling. Contrary to the disinformation about the bill, the object of the bill seeks to protect the rights of learners and improve learning outcomes through increasing compulsory schooling to grade R, amongst other measures contained in the bill. The finalization of the BELA Bill in the 6th Parliament will be a significant milestone in transforming the education system and will have an immeasurable impact on the future of our nation. On admission and language policy, it must be emphasized that an SGB still has the power to determine the admission policy. The HOD may only disapprove of a policy if he follows the steps set out in the Act. In the Rivonian judgment on appeal for the Constitutional Court, the majority of the court concluded that the HOD had the power to admit the learners. The Select Committee has inserted an appeal period to the members of the Executive Council. Clause 39 seeks to amend Section 61 of the SASA to extend the powers of the minister to make regulations on the management of learner pregnancy. And it is not about the abortion as peddled by the ACDP. Furthermore, the clause provides that any regulation made on the management of learners' pregnancy, as this is a reality in our society. The amendment to homeschooling clearly states that learners may be educated at home only if they are registered for such education. I thank you, Chairperson.
No, thank you very much, Honorable Ndongeni. Any other province wishing to make a declaration? I see MEC Gade. MEC Gade from the Eastern Cape.
Yes, Chair. Good morning to you. Good morning to the Select Committee. And good morning to all the members of the House. Good morning to all the invited guests. Chair, we want to make a declaration and in support of the BELA Bill. We are of the view that this is the consolidation, the acceleration and the advancement of the reconstruction of the nation as pronounced in the earlier years of this constitutional democracy. What we wanted to re-emphasize, Chair, is that the evolution of the policies of the sector and the evolution of the policies of government must from time to time adapt with the prevailing conditions of the people of this country. And they must address the diversity and the dynamic nature of the society that we are. It is for that particular reason, Chair, that we would want to emphasize that there is no way that there could be any opposition that seeks to reconstruct the nature and the agenda that we have adopted, in particular in the essence of the nation building exercise. So this BELA Bill goes
Chairperson,
beyond.
if I may just
Yes,
raise a point of order, Chairperson. There are two persons from the Eastern Cape presenting declarations. I don't think it's correct that two persons from the Eastern Cape should be entitled to do that. Thank you, Chairperson.
No, thank you very much, Honorable Dango. Sorry, Honorable Gade, unfortunately, we must have one representative per province. Any other province wishing to make a declaration? Thank you very much. That being the case, we shall now proceed to the voting on the question. And the question is that the bill be agreed to. I now call upon provinces to cast their votes. And when called upon, heads of delegations must indicate whether they vote in favor, against, or abstain. We'll do so alphabetically, and we'll start with the Eastern Cape. Eastern Cape?
Eastern Cape iyavuma, Chair.
Eastern Cape iyavuma. Free State?
Thank you very much, Chairperson of the Council. The Free State Province votes in favor of the BELA Bill.
Free State votes in favor. Gauteng?
Gauteng votes in favor, Chairperson.
Gauteng votes in favor. Thank you very much. KwaZulu-Natal?
iKwaZulu-Natal iyaweseka umthetho-sivivinyo sihlalo. Siyabonga.
KwaZulu-Natal supports Limpopo.
Limpopo vote in favor, Honorable Chairperson. Thank you.
Votes in favor. Thank you very much. Mpumalanga?
Mpumalanga vote in favor of the BELA Bill, Honorable Chairperson. Thank you.
Mpumalanga votes in favor. Thank you very much. Northern Cape?
Northern Cape vote in favor of the BELA Bill, Honorable Chairperson. Thanks.
Thank you very much. Northwest?
Northwest, yeah, I support Mudula Stulo.
A supporter supports Western Cape.
Western Cape objects.
Western Cape is voting against and objects. Thank you very much. Voting is now closed. And having looked at the results, 8 out of 9 provinces voted in favor. I therefore declare the bill agreed to in accordance with Section 65 of the Constitution.
Alibongwe.
Thank you very much.
Igama lamakhosikazi.
Igama
Igama
la-ANC. Igama
la-NCOP.
la-ANC.
Alibongwe.
Yes. Thank you very much.
At last.
Honorable members, we will now proceed to the second order, consideration of Railway Safety Bill B7B dash 2021 National Assembly dash Section 76 and report of Select Committee on Transport, Public Service and Administration, Public Works and Infrastructure thereon, announcement tablings and committee reports, 8 May 2024, page 4. I now call on Honorable K.M. Muima, Chairperson of the Select Committee on Transport, Public Service and Administration, Public Works and Infrastructure to present the committee report. Honorable Muima.
Ke go tutlile modulasetulo wa ntlo ya bosetšhaba ya kgale ya di-province. In the year 2014-15 financial year, Honorable Chair, the Department of Transport conducted a railway safety regulatory gap analysis, which highlighted a number of legislative gaps. These gaps, amongst others, included lack of clarity on the role of the various players within the rail safety environment and the absence of the framework regulating licensing of safety critical grade employees. The Railway Safety Bill, number B7B of 2021, seeks to address these legislative gaps identified during the gap analysis to improve the regulatory framework which has been identified to be able to regulate safety in the country. Furthermore, National Chair, during the Select Committee's engagement with the Department of Transport and PRASA, the Select Committee has consistently raised a number of concerns relating to safety. And in the most recent State of the Safety Report of 22-23, the Rail Safety Regulator reported 175 injuries and 2 fatalities as a result of operational occurrence, and 69 fatalities and 55 injuries as a result of persons struck by a train occurrence during the year under review. The Select Committee of Transport therefore welcomes the introduction of the Rail Safety Bill number B7B of 2021. Honorable National Chair, the objects of the bill are to provide for the regulation of the railway safety in the Republic. 2, to provide for the continued existence of the Railway Safety Regulator. 3, to provide for the board and the governance structures of the Railway Safety Regulator. 4, to provide for railway safety permits. Number 5, to provide for railway safety critical grades and safety management system. Number 6, to provide for a national railway safety information and monitoring system, and also to provide for a legal framework to enforce compliance with the Act and to deal with the railway occurrences. And lastly, to provide for an appeal mechanism that will also provide for the transitional arrangements and the repeal of the National Railway Safety Regulator Act of 2002. Honorable National Chair, the bill was passed by the National Assembly and referred to the committee on the 24th of October, 2023. Thereafter, the Minister and the Deputy Minister of Transport, supported by the Department of Transport, briefed the committee on the bill. The committee in national media invited written submissions on the bill and had oral submissions from a number of stakeholders, including, amongst others, the Concerned Engineers Group, the Congress of South African Trade Union, and the Train Management Agency, and the BELA Concession Company. On the 24th of April 2024, National Chair, the Select Committee considered and deliberated on the provincial negotiating mandates on the bill and agreed that there shall be no amendments as proposed in the negotiating mandates. Informed by the inputs from the department and the parliamentary legal services on the provincial negotiating mandates and written and oral submission received, all 9 provinces submitted final mandates on the bill, which were considered by the committee on the 8th of May 2024. All 9 provinces voted to support the bill, and the committee report on the bill was therefore adopted unanimously. In closing, House Chairperson, I wish to add that during the processing of the Railway Safety Bill, the Department of Transport responded that several issues raised during the negotiating mandates do not fall under the Railway Safety Bill, hence the stance of the committee, but that those issues would be covered by the provisions of the forthcoming National Rail Bill. These matters, amongst others, included theft, malicious damage to property, and other criminal acts that impact on the safe railway operations. It is recommended that the 7th Parliament must monitor the introduction of this forthcoming National Rail Bill. Therefore, a National Chairperson, I table the report before the House for adoption. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Muiman, Honorable Delegates. I now put the question, and the question is that the bill be agreed to. Before we proceed to voting, I shall now allow provinces and the opportunity to make their declarations of vote in terms of Rule 86, if they so wish. Again, as a reminder, maximum 3 minutes per declaration. Any province wishing to make a declaration? None. And that being the case, we shall now proceed to voting on the question. And the question is that the bill be agreed to. I now call upon the provinces to cast their votes. And when called upon to do so, heads of delegations must indicate whether they vote in favor, against, or abstain. We'll do so in alphabetical order, starting with the Eastern Cape. Eastern Cape?
Eastern Cape, my Chair.
Eastern Cape, Yavuma, agrees. Free State?
Free State is in favor, Chairperson.
State in favor. Gauteng?
Gauteng in favor, Chairperson.
Gauteng in favor. KwaZulu-Natal?
iKwaZulu-Natal yaweseka lo mthetho sivivinyo sihlalo.
KwaZulu-Natal support. Limpopo?
Limpopo vote in favor, Honorable Chairperson. Thank
Limpopo
you.
votes in favor. Mpumalanga?
Mpumalanga vote in favor, Honorable Chairperson. Thank you.
Mpumalanga votes in favor. Thank you. Northern Cape?
Northern Cape vote in favor, Honorable Chairperson. Thank you.
Northern Cape is in favor. Northwest? Bokoni Bophirima? Northwest? Northwest?
In favor, Modula Stulo.
Northwest votes in favor.
Guide
Thank you
Debza.
very much. Western Cape?
Western Cape votes in favor.
Western Cape votes in favor. Thank you very much. Having closed the voting, now the results are as follows. 9 out of 9 provinces voted in favor, and therefore declared the bill agreed to in accordance with Section 65 of the Constitution. Thank you very much. Honorable members, I would like to take this opportunity to thank permanent delegates, special delegates, and SALGA representative present for availing themselves for this particular sitting. Honorable delegates, that concludes the business of the day. The House is now adjourned. Thank you very much.
Recording stopped.
Long live the chair.